Prophet ﷺ tells us, hadith in Bukhari and Muslim, that the first group that enter paradise, they will be so illuminated, they will be glowing so much, like the night of the full moon. And the group after them will be like a star in the sky. And as they enter, they will be greeted with the greeting, Salamun alaykum, peace be unto you. He says that in paradise, you will not urinate, you will not defecate. All these needs that we have in this day-to-day life, we won't need it. We will not need to indulge in those things. We will smell of musk. Our spouses will be from the Hur al-Ain. We will enter in similar or same form of a young person. One day an old woman came and asked the Prophet ﷺ if she was going to enter Jannah. And he said no. She cried. And he said, because old people don't go to Jannah. Because we'll all enter Jannah as young people. As you enter Jannah, just as when you enter any building or any place, the first thing you notice is the scale of the place. Jannah has levels. Who knows what's the penthouse of Jannah, the top level? Yes, Jannatul Firdaus. And there's another level in Jannah called Maqamul Wasila, which is the level in which the prophets, the messengers, the martyrs will all be accompanying each other. May Allah make the people who passed away in Gaza from the martyrs. Ameen. Now you might enter Jannah and you might be looking up at the levels. Now between every level of Jannah, every floor is of the visible universe. Here's the size of the universe is, but that's the size of one level in Jannah. And even though the levels are so far apart, you will be able to see what's going on in the other levels. The Prophet ﷺ informed us in hadith in Bukhari and Muslim, إِنَّ أَهْلَ الْجَنَّةِ لَيَتَرَاءَوْنَ أَهْلَ الْغُرَفِ مِنْ فَوْقِهِمْ كما تراءون الكوكب الدري الغابر في الأفق من المشرق أو المغرب لتفاضل ما بينهم. The people of Jannah will be able to see what's happening in the rooms, in the floors, in the apartments, on the different floors above them. Just as you're able to see the stars in the sky, despite the distance. The Prophet's companions were listening and they said, O Prophet of Allah, those highest levels, those are the places of prophets. Surely nobody else can be there on that level. Surely there's like a miskeen level for you and me. The Prophet ﷺ said, no. Bala, I swear by the one in whose hand my soul is. There will be people who are certain in Allah and who believed and followed their messengers. They will accompany their prophets on the highest of levels. You're looking up at these levels and you notice, and you're looking down maybe, depending on where you end up. And you notice that maybe your parents or your siblings or your kids or your grandkids on the basement 10. Somehow you made it to the penthouse. And you think, how am I going to enjoy Jannah without those guys? I need my people, I need my crew, I need my familia with me. What do I do? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells us in the Quran, those who believe and enter paradise, and their family believes and enters paradise, will upgrade your family to business class with you. None of your deeds will be wasted. Everybody will get exactly what they earn. As you enter into Jannah, you need a new wardrobe. Whatever you were wearing in the dunya, it's not going to cut it. So you're clothed in the clothing of the people of paradise. You're clothed in clothing of silk and green and in white. The prophets themselves are clothed with the clothes of Jannah. First Ibrahim alayhi salam and then all the other prophets. You were then seated, but before you are seated, you were introduced to your apartment in paradise. And you might think, hold on a second, how do I know which one's my apartment? How do I know where my house is? All of us, when we enter paradise, we will instinctively know which ones are. Just like when you drive past your house, you just know, this is my road, that's my house. You will have an inner compass that will tell you, that's my place. Allah said, وَيُدْخِلُهُمُ الْجَنَّةَ عَرَّفَهَا لَهُمْ. When you enter paradise, Allah will already have introduced you to where your place is going. And then you will be shown your mansion, palace, your place that you're going to stay in paradise. The Prophet ﷺ said, whoever says, La hawla wa la quwwata illa billah, Allah plants for them a tree in paradise. You build that garden. Whoever says, La ilaha illallah wahdahu la sharika lah, lahul mulku wa lahul hamdu wa huwa ala kulli shay'in qadir, 100 times Allah makes for them a house in paradise. So your real estate is starting to grow and grow until you enter, and what you might have is like a small country. Or you might have just a house, or you might have a mansion, but all of us will have our place in paradise. And what is it about our house in paradise that will differ from the houses that we have in this world? You live in Toronto, might be living in a one-bedroom apartment based on the rent prices that I hear about. But in Jannah, all of us will have gardens. That's what the word Jannah means. وَلِمَنْ خَافَ مَقَامَ رَبِّهِ جَنَّتَانِ. Whoever fears the meeting of Allah will be greeted with two luscious gardens. When you think of garden, don't think of this little back garden, white picket fence thing that you see when you look at properties here. When you think about gardens in paradise, think about a massive rice field. Think about a football field. That's the kind of garden that you'll be inheriting. And underneath these gardens, what do you mean by underneath? That's right. Your place in Jannah has layers. And as you stroll through your garden, you peek over the edge of the cliff